To add a widget to any application, you'll need to create three things. So first, a widget provider class that extends the app widget provider class. Next, you'll also need to create a widget provider info, which is an XML that describes the widget's metadata, including information such as the minimum width and height, and then some other important properties. So this file will go into the XML folder. And finally, you'll also need an XML layout that describes the widget's views, which will be similar to any other layout file with some limitations. Now this file will go into the layout folder. So internally, widgets communicate with the app using broadcast messages. This makes widgets a broadcast receiver. So for it to work, you'll need to register the widget provider in the manifest using a receiver tag. So this might seem like a lot of work, right? Well, luckily, Android Studio is here to help us by creating all of these files with just a few clicks. Let's see how to do this in code. First, open up our starter code again, and right-click on the app module on the left here. Go to New, Widget, and App Widget. Give it a name here, so we're going to use Plant Widget Provider. For now, keep all the defaults. All these settings will go into the App Widget Provider Info XML, so if we ever need to change them, we can just head over there later. We also don't need a configuration screen, since we don't want the widget to be customizable in our case. So go ahead and leave this option blank. Now once you hit finish, you'll notice that Android Studio has created a bunch of new files for us. So first is a Java file with the widget name, and it extends the app widget provider class. It's also pre-filled in some of the methods down here for you, and we'll come back to these in a minute. Another file that was created is the plant_widget_provider_XML file. Now this file contains the description of the widget, including info such as resizable options, minimum width, and height. Another really important option here is this one here, update period millis, and it specifies in milliseconds the interval in which the widget updates itself. Now the shortest interval allowed is 30 minutes, and this is to prevent battery drainage. Well, that's fine for our garden use case, since our plants will take days to grow and hours before they need to be watered, so 30-minute updates sound good enough. Next, notice that the receiver tag is automatically added to the manifest, and it correctly points to the correct widget class and the provider XML. And finally, the layout XML is pre-filled in with a text view. And there you go. It's as simple as that. We now have a working widget. But if you do try it out now, it might feel as if this has nothing to do with our plant app. And well, that's because we haven't started customizing it yet. So let's go ahead and do that next.